How's it going, everyone? NDSean45 coming at you. I normally don't do what I'm about to do in this video, but I'm willing to make an exception. Of course, as all of you know, I just put out my NDSean45 Q&A Part 3 video. It's ran its course. You guys asked me your questions. I answered them for you. Um, but I just had an email here a couple days ago from a good friend of mine and longtime viewer. Um, he wrote and told me, "Hey Sean, I just happened to notice your Q&A video and I wasn't able to participate on it." And then he goes on to ask me a question in this email, and he tells me, "And Sean, it's fine if you want to just give me a written response. I'm perfectly fine with that." No, dude, no, I'm not gonna do that. You took the time to ask me a question, and I'm gonna make a video for it, and I'm perfectly fine with doing that. Um, so, like I said, I'm gonna make an exception in this case. Who the hell cares what the deadline is? If any of you out there, if you have a question for me and you want a video response from me, just don't hesitate to ask. I will take the time for my viewers who want to participate in these things, and I have no problem doing that whatsoever. So anyway, this late question comes from my good buddy All Irish 890 from Ohio. It's pretty funny. I actually have quite a few people from Ohio who watch me. I mean, I like 5 or 6 different people. So I must be a hit there or something. But anyway, All Irish 890 asks this, and this is what he said in his email. Sean, as you know, Notre Dame's fan base is spread all over the world, which makes us unique. As you know, I live in Ohio and am surrounded by die-hard Ohio State Buckeye fans. I get heckled every now and then by them all the time, it seems like, for liking the Irish. But, they're pretty cool about it, and don't take it too far. As of late, I've actually been running into a lot more Notre Dame fans here in my area, and it's been pretty cool. My question to you is this. With you being from Illinois, what fan base are you primarily surrounded by? I'm guessing maybe Illinois or Northwestern. And does anyone ever heckle you for liking Notre Dame? Um, All Irish 890. To answer your question, where I grew up, I was a good, I don't know, an hour and a half away from Iowa City. So naturally, of course, there were a lot of Iowa Hawkeye fans. But there were some mixed in Illinois fans, of course. Not so much Northwestern, surprisingly. I guess that would be more if when you head more towards Chicago, there would probably be a lot more Northwestern fans. But where I grew up and went to school at back in my hometown, definitely a lot of Iowa Hawkeye fans. They were, in my opinion, the most dominant fan base. Well, as far as primary fan bases go, Illinois was a close second, and then there were some other Notre Dame fans, but let's just say we were a small group, put it that way. And then occasionally you'd get someone who, liked Florida State or liked Wisconsin. Basically, I grew up in a Big Ten state, of course, so naturally there were sporadically various fans of Big Ten teams. Um, Nebraska at the time was still in the Big 12. We had a few Nebraska fans. Um, but no, it was mostly Iowa or Illinois who were the two dominant fan bases as far as numbers go. And as far as them heckling me, yeah, I mean I would get heckled. I mean because everybody knew the ones who I went to school with. They knew how big of a Notre Dame fan I was. I mean I took it seriously back then, and to tell you the truth, I still do. But I probably since I've gotten a little bit older, I can probably handle a loss a little bit easier now. I still get mad if we lose, of course, but I'm not just like back then. I would just go when I would walk to school. It was like walking the last mile on death row. I mean, I just knew that after a bad loss, I was going to hear it from everybody. But now, same as you, everybody was cool about it. It wasn't they didn't heckle me to be mean. It was just to give me a hard time. But the only ones who gave me a hard time and were actually jerks about it were two Hawkeye fans. Of course, I'm not gonna name names here. That's not the kind of person that I am. Um, Ironically enough, they were the two people in school that everybody hated. and these guys pissed off everybody. So it didn't matter who they cheered for; people hated them. So that says a lot about that. But no, aside from those two jerks, everybody was cool about it. They just heckled me to give it a hard time because they knew how serious I took Notre Dame football, how much I loved it. But no, nobody really had a problem with me liking Notre Dame. Because as I said, even though we were small, there were other Notre Dame fans that I went to school with. So, but but the funny thing now is I'm still in Illinois, but I'm living a little bit closer towards Iowa City. I'm pretty much right on the border, right on the Illinois-Iowa border. So it's a shorter drive to Iowa City, and I'm really starting to see a lot more Hawkeye fans and whatnot. And well, and I guess you could say Iowa State was well represented too. But I'm also starting to see, since I now live in a bigger area, I'm starting to see more Irish fans as well. I mean, there's actually a club nearby that's all Notre Dame. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I can say to answer your question. So, with that said, that's all I have for you guys in this video. And as far as the Q&A videos go, I might not do one for a while because I think this type of video is starting to run its course. So the next video you guys will probably see from me will be for the blue and gold game. And also I should probably add in here, even though this isn't much of a tribute, of course, as all of us Irish fans know, we just lost Father Hesburgh, just passed away at the age of 97. So my condolences to his family and just to the University of Notre Dame in general. I mean, he was a really good man. So just wanted to pay my respects there briefly to Father Hesburgh. So yeah, with that said, guys, until the blue and gold game, I really don't have anything lined up until then. So, if any of you guys, as I said in the second part of the Q&A answers video, if you guys have any suggestions for me to do for a video, I'm all ears to suggestions that you guys might have. Something you might like to see, something that you might like to hear my opinion on. Off season, I think it's okay to talk about stuff that's non-Notre Dame related. So, if anybody has an idea, don't hesitate to send me a suggestion. I'm always open to it. Not saying I'll necessarily do it, but I'm open to hearing an idea. So with that, guys, that's all I have for you. All Irish 890. I hope I gave you a thorough answer on your question. And like I said, and just personal note, man, don't be afraid to represent ND. Even if you are in the heart of Buckeye land, let them just wear your colors proud, dude. So with that said, everyone, this is NDSean45 signing off. I'll catch you guys later, and as always, go Irish, baby.